Sabe mis sentimientos, siente mi amor. No me dejes sufrir, mamá, quita mi dolor.
You should get these things. So there's just one print, of course. How many people did this place store?
Almost about 200 of people that standing and squatting. The Shans. The Shans. The forecast is presented on Shans to offer traditional to the slaves, which means that the chief priest can come here, perform his duty for libation of a sacrifice. You know, the money for all these operations were provided by the whites. For the women, yes. For the women.
2 minutes.
Yes. Even for the guys. I mean, it is only here that you see this painting. Because this building was built in the 1700s. Some modification is supposed to have taken place. You don't see this ones that take place in the
I'm just trying to imagine the heat,
of course.
the stench, the ill, those who are falling sick,
Of course.
those who can't do anything, women in true cycles.
And they were not allowed to go outside.
All of the strangers, you don't speak each other's languages, all banged up together
Of
here.
course. Some of the women were selected to become concubines to the European masters because they don't know their house. And they were the only ones allowed to bath and clean themselves. The remaining ones wash themselves once in 2 weeks, that is the women. And the men washed once a month as they wait for the other ships. Most likely food were bread and biscuit. And that would tighten the stomach to eliminate constant feces. Therefore, the toilets were provided at the context of the landmass. It was a bowl,
A latrine.
a latrine.
And what was it? This was really amazing.
Yeah, this is only younger cases. And it is from this concubine that we have these things. They go donated by children of the British. We have so Bangai, Wonderful, Bandesi, we have Vroom, we have Duncan, we have Lutro. All these are attachments. You know, these names are very common, socially political. in politics. We have Okupenam representing the British. We have Okupanakos representing the Dutch. We have President Akabils representing the English. Yes. So for the men, they will change. The tolerance is very for stubborn and rebellious slaves.
So basically, you would like to die.
Of course, because your foot will drop through the hoop for you to fight for it. It resulted in the survival of the fittest. The strong has something they make also go.
Wow, guys, this is a bit to take in. I'm just speechless. Let's just keep going.
With the arrival of the boat, ships, the survivors will pass through the gate of no return. Of no return.
Has the sea receded?
No. So with the arrival of the ships, the slaves were brought outside. The men in their usual chains, the women tied with ropes, and they passed through the gate of no return. The Moses was there.
Oh my Lord.
So the last time a slave will see the shores of his home, the ships will be at sea about 1 mile away from the shore. They were taken to the ship from Malabo. The ships spent almost about 3 months on the ocean, referred to as the Middle Passage. During the Middle Passage, all those who fall sick were put into the sea. Or if there are storms to cause shipwreck, some of the slaves were dropped into the sea. Or if there are short of ration, some of the slaves were to make the ships wide. Presently, a place like Bermuda Triangle had almost about 132 slaves.
Yeah.
By the British. Who were referred to as the second wicked nation ever participated in this.
Who were the first?
The Portuguese.
We're smiling, you appear to be laughing, but this is pretty serious.
Of course. Pretty.
It's just it does something to your system. Yeah, when you actually come to see it, you read about it. You sometimes see it portrayed in films, but it hits home when you actually hear. Okay.
Dolor. Eso, coge lo que quieras lo que quieres te voy a dar también mi corazón. Te voy a dar mi corazón. Dice eso. ¿Cómo?
Te necesito. Te necesito. Te necesito.
Por eso mira, escucha de nuevo. Por tu amor me muero, ahí te voy a esperar. Porque yo te necesito y siempre te voy a amar. Siempre te voy a amar, díselo. Mira, no me dejes solo.